Hold on, I will move Pumpkin in a second. Pumpkin. Yeah, I know, good boy. All right. Let's see, let me get it open so that that's, there we go. All right. There we go. Hi, Pumpkin. Yeah, I know. You're so neglected. I know, baby. You're so neglected. All right, so come on, Bubba. Let's get off. Come here, baby. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. All right. So Pumpkin Pie has decided, little Pumpkin, I call him Pumpkin Pie a little bit. Oh my gosh, look at all that hair. Sorry. Okay, so today we've got a Harry Potter inspired, like 2 little projects together today for Harry Potter Mickey, essentially. And we're going to start with the first one, which is a little box. And then I'll show you my quick card that I made, just because it I wanted to have a little gift for my friend. It's my friend's having a Harry Potter birthday baby shower for her granddaughter, and her son's baby. So what will be her grandson? So my bad. Anyway, I don't really know. Like, I'm all confused. Anyway, so we're gonna make a little box. It's super cute. It's just a little 3x3 box when it gets all put together. It's just a quick little, it's the perfect like favor box, you know. I actually usually fold it a different way just to get it, there we go. I fold it this way so that all the edges are clean. And it was just enough to put an owl keychain inside and a little pack of M&Ms. And I made 30 of them for my friend for the baby shower. So the first thing I wanted to tell you before because I'm going to set all this aside. So I did not, now obviously Stampin' Up! Doesn't have, you know, a stamp with the Hogwarts Express. So I'll be posting this on my blog. I'll type everything up and post this little PDF on my blog. I just made it. I found this image online. You can make one yourself. And I just put it into a Word document. I made 4 columns. And then I just knew that I wanted the punch to be about 1 inch. And so a little bit smaller than 1 inch. So I changed the size of it to where it was just a little bit smaller than 1 inch. And then I copied it all the way down. So that in all 4 columns, old school style. I'm sure I probably could have copied them all and done a replicating. I don't know how to do that. So I just did it the way I knew how. And I'll put the PDF of this on my blog. So just so you know that part, so that's how I did that. Just so I don't get confused and forget to tell you the truth later, or, you know, because sometimes I'll get distracted. So that's how I got the little Hogwarts Express symbol. And what I did is I made 2 boxes out of 1 sheet. So as you can see, I took the cherry cobbler because obviously I wanted to make bricks. And I wanted to feature this, which is retiring. And I think this is on sale right now. This is retiring. And I want to say it's just a few dollars. It might be $4 or $5. The brick 3D embossing folding is retire. So this is 8.5 inches by 5. So that's how I cut it. So, but the cool thing is you can get 2 out of 1 sheet of cardstock, which was really nice. That was part of my goal. So in order to do that, and so I'm going to set these aside here. I just wanted to get all those big pieces of paper out of the way. And then on the outside of, on the outside of the little box, that one's dirty. On the outside of the little box, you see, like, it's a little square. So what I'm doing is I'm adding my little square. Whoa, that's not 3x3. That's smaller than 3x3. Weird. Okay. I bet you, that's strange. Yeah, that one is smaller. Okay, so that's the wrong size. There we go. So, see, this is why, yeah, I was going to teach you how to make a cat, Michelle. That was the goal. Yeah. So in order to put brick on my little boxes to be like the Hogwarts Express, you know, pillar, I went ahead and cut a 3x3 cherry cobbler piece of cardstock, and I'm going to put it through the brick embossing folder. And this is when you need the large embossing machine. Okay, I don't use this one as much. I love the mini one because it's just so convenient, you know. And in order to use the big embossing folder, it tells you exactly what to do on the instructions, which is really helpful that Stampin' Up! Has that. So for this one, it's for cutting. This one is for standard embossing folders, which they do have. All the embossing folders I have seem to be 3D, but some of them have a little less texture, and so you use some different elements for it. But this one, you're supposed to use this, the number 1 and number 4 is what it says right here. It's kind of hard to see because of the way the video is changing. But yeah, it just tells me all the directions I need. So I'm going to put number 1 right here. I'm going to take my embossing folder. Oh, I should have taken it out of the package, my bad. And so I've got my brick embossing folder, and it makes really cool embossing. Like I told you, I made 30 of them. I'm making one a little extra special for you guys because I want it to look better. I just want it to look cooler. Oh, and pay attention to how you want your bricks. Notice, you see, it's up and down. It's a square shape. And so you have to be careful how you want your bricks. This is a square piece of cardstock, so I didn't have to worry too much. But if I had a rectangle, then, you know, I'd need to be paying attention to how I laid my card in the folder. The good thing is that Stampin' Up! Gives you this little line so that you can make sure that your cardstock is straight in your folder, which is very convenient. So I always line it up. I just line it up against here, and I did that 30 times to make sure I got all my little pieces. And of course it's going to move on me just as I tell you it's all good to go. And you can also add embossing washi tape if you really need to, but I usually don't. I did lay bricks. Yeah, I literally laid them. How laid the bricks? Oh, now not how. No, you now laid the bricks. Oh, I'm like, huh? I teach English, so I'm going to pay attention to the grammar, Michelle Brownstein. I'm just kidding. So, all right, so I made my little square. Oh, I'm going to run it through 2 times because it's a 3D. I want to make sure that you don't have to run it 3 times. When I was making 30 of them, I just ran it through once, you know, because people are going to throw it away most of the time. But I did want it to be cute. And if I was going to make this as like a special little gift for someone, I would want to make sure that it's all fancy pants. So, all right, so we've got our little embossing folder. Let me set this aside. Oh, there's some static electricity on this table. It's probably from this little machine. And so nice, right? I love it, right? How cute is that? It's just like, I just like that texture. I like how some of the bricks are taller and shorter, and it's just really cool. So then to add even more texture to this bad boy, I grab soft suede, which is retiring. It will be gone as soon as it sells out. I'm going to grab my, here it is. I wanted the bricks to stand out a little bit more for our video. I didn't do it on every single person's box because that would have been a lot to make 30 of these, you know. But, I mean, if I had had more time, I probably would have because I love my friend Joyce and I'll do anything for her and her kids pretty much. So, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to add a little bit of soft suede. So the next color that we're going to get that's similar to soft suede, I think is called Pecan Pie. And that color would be good. There we go. And it just adds a little extra dark color to the brick. You know, because cherry cobbler is a good color, but I just wanted to make sure you could really see those little bricks. And let me grab the other one real quick so you can see the difference. Hang on one second. No, pumpkin! No! I moved for 10 seconds. seconds, dude. So, oh, goodness. All right, so you can see I'm going to add a little bit more. It needs to be a little bit darker. And so it just needs a little bit more. I moved for 10 seconds in that cat. There we go. Oh, Pumpkin. He's a sweetheart. He's my sweet little boy. He just loves me so much. All he does is want to snuggle me. That's it. He likes the other cats just fine. There we go. That adds a lot more texture. But I wouldn't have been able to do it for 30, you know? Well, I could have. I just waited till the last minute. Work's been kind of busy. So you see how much extra texture it adds by adding that little bit of ink on top of that brick, you know? So that was what I made for her, but I'm making it even more Mickey for us because I can. And in honor of my friend Judy Allen, who she loves Mickey, and she's my accountability partner for Stampin' Up stuff. We just kind of get together and talk out ideas and stuff, and she's so funny. And I told her, I said, I'm representing you today. It's all Mickey today. So now, I'm done with my embossing, and I shaded it. You can really see the texture on it now in comparison to that. I mean, it's just so cute, but I'm going to make it more Mickey. You'll see. All right. So super cute, right? So then in order to get the box, it's fairly simple box actually of the boxes I've made. So when you turn it on the side, long ways, you're going to score 1 inch. Okay. And then you're going to score all the way again to 1 inch. It's easier, honestly, just to flip it around. I forget what it's, I'll write it on the blog so you know. Let's see, what would it be if I had done it to, so yeah, you score 1 inch. So I guess I would score it at 4 inches and then at 1 inch if you wanted to do it the other way. But because I have this little inch on the side, I just flip it. So I've got my 2 scoring lines there. Then the numbers are pretty easy for the sides. So we score it at 8. You scored at 8. Let me make sure. There we go. I'm showing you the whole thing because, you know, I don't want you to assume that you know how to make a box. I've rarely made boxes on here. I learned how to make this from Poodles UK. She does the best boxes and 3D items. She's just such a great crafter. She's like a $3 million Stampin' Up salesperson. I just love her. I just think she does the best stuff, and she's just, I don't know. Her cats jump up on her table all the time too, so it's funny that mine did today because I'm doing something in honor of her, so I get honoring her designs. Okay, so then cutting it out. The cutting out of it is pretty it's pretty easy. You just have to pay attention. You know, don't do other things while you're doing it, you know. Just pay attention to what you're doing so you don't cut the wrong pieces. So first you cut out the tiny rectangles. Those are the first things you cut out. And then I'm going to make a little Harry Potter card after this. So we've got 2 pieces, okay? So you cut out the little rectangles, and then I cut up to this line. That's it. Okay. You see? So you're just going to cut up to that line. That's it. And then we're going to do trimming the edges here in a minute. And then you're going to do the same thing for this little narrow channel in the middle. You're just going to cut up to the next line. Okay. All right. So once I have my flaps cut, now I want to talk about the trimming. What you're going to do is you're going to take a tiny little wedge, just tiny. And it doesn't have to be perfect because these get covered up, you guys. Just a tiny wedge from the corner, you see, and they're not even perfect. It's just to make sure that when you fold the box, it doesn't get bulky and funky when you fold it up. Because when you fold it up with the square edges, oftentimes there's like too much bulk and it won't actually stay flat. So that's just a trick. And the same thing here for this flap, same thing. I'm gonna just cut a tiny wedge on these and then a tiny wedge on the edge of this one. Whoops, that was a little too much actually. Tiny wedge. This one's a little more significant because this one's the one that's actually gonna go to close the box. But for the edge flaps, you just need a little sliver, just a little sliver cut out. I learned that from Poodles, actually, from Samantha. Her name's Samantha, but I just call her Poodles because that's what she calls herself. I don't know where that came from. I should find out, watch her videos and find out. I've never asked or wondered. So yeah, so there you go. So that's what your box will look like when you're done. Putting it together is super easy. As you saw, it only took me a few minutes, just 3 or 4 minutes to score it and cut out the pieces. So now, gluing it together. You're going to put, I'm just going to put the glue a little bit at a time. Okay, I'm going to put a little piece here and a little piece here first. Because if I put the glue on all at once in the beginning, many times I'll do it wrong. Okay, so I'm going to take my tear, I do recommend tear and tape. You can also use hot glue or something. And oops, let me fold all my flaps. That way, before I put it together, it's all nice and creased. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to fold one flap. See, I'm folding this, the one that doesn't have the funky edge. That one is going to fold here. And just get it squared up on the edge there. Okay, then I'm going to do the other flap. And the same thing. So the bottom of this box is completely closed, which is kind of nice too, because you know sometimes you'll make a box and one end will come open and the other won't. And then, yeah. See, then I don't want to tuck this in, because here's the thing. If I tuck it in, then you're going to see... No, that's what I did want. My bad. I'm like, no, I don't want that. Because I want this to all be clean. I want the opening of the box to be towards the back because I just want that clean front. So yeah, that is what I wanted. Okay. I got distracted there for a second. See, if I do it this way, you see the lines are going to show. And this is where I want to put my bricks. You see, you want to move it to wherever you want, you know, I don't want my bricks, I don't want my, no, that's right. Because the closing is here. No, I don't like that. Okay, my bad. I keep changing my mind. Anyway, so then you go ahead and you put a line on here of glue on there. I'm not very good at teaching you guys how to do 3D objects. Sorry, guys. Trying my best. I'm good at making 3D objects. I just don't make them usually for my lives. Okay. Maybe I should do some more. Yeah, because I just want that smooth look in the front. Because I'm going to put that brick on there, and I don't know. That's just what I want. Pumpkin is the cutest cat. I love him so much. My other cats are fun too. He is just I found him outside when my neighbor called me outside. Annabelle's like, come outside. And I was in my jammies. I went out there and sure enough, he just jumped up from wherever he was sitting with her. There you go, there's our box. And he ran to me. That was it. That was the end of it. He was mine. I tried to give him away and see if anyone else wanted him. He didn't want them. He only wanted to be with me. From the first moment he saw me. I feel like old man sent him to me. My friends know my cat from before, Old Man. He was a stray cat I took care of outside. I think I talked about him on my Stampin' my videos before. Okay, so here's our little box. Super easy, right? And then I'm going to glue this right on top of here. I'm sure there's a way that I could have done the bricks on the whole dang box, but that would have been a lot of work. So I'm going to work smarter, not harder. So that's what I'm doing. And so... All right, so then we're going to pop our little brick on here. Oops. And there we go. There's the front of our brick wall. Cute little brick wall. Then, oops. You could also, like I said, if you're doing this in mass, you might want to just use hot glue and just glue the boxes that way. But then when you get, I even glued this brick on. See, it's a little loose because I'm rushing. Because all of a sudden I realized I've like taken too much time. Sorry, guys. There we go. I just needed it to be flat. There we go. So, I used hot glue to glue most of the parts together only because I was doing 30. So that's a little tip if you're worried about taking too much time. So then I'm going to cut out my little Hogwarts Express. Like I told you, I'll put a PDF of this as soon as I put this on my blog. I should have done that earlier while I was waiting. And then for my little layering in the back, okay, I did not have gold foil. I wanted to go find gold foil. I didn't have any. So this is actually Grapefruit Grove foil from, oh gosh, it's from like several years ago, this foil, like at least 5 or 6 years. And so I just went ahead and grabbed whatever foil I had on hand because, you know, you just got to do what you got to do. And this punch is a 1 1/4 punch. And this punch is a 3/4 punch. These are from, this used to be from Stampin' Up, but we don't have the 3/4 punch. Hopefully it'll come back soon. But if not, you can find a 3/4 punch from, you can also find a lot of these on Amazon. Okay, so punches like this, circle punches are pretty generic. Like this one's from EK Success, who also designs Stampin' Up's punches. The copyright of it's from there. Like they would make them for, they made them for Stampin' Up. So it's like a contract. So this is where I've got that one. This one I had to buy from EK Success because we didn't have one on Stampin' Up website for some reason. So I bought it there. But I bought it on Amazon, and you look up EK and it's the same exact type of punch that Stampin' Up has. It's just different coloring. So, all right, so I've got my little ears and my little, where's my little circle, my Harry Potter Hogwarts Express circle. Did I throw it away? Watch me have thrown it away because I was distracted. Strange, or it fell down or something. Okay. All right, well, I'll just grab another because I had several. Now where's the list of them? Oh my gosh, seriously? Come on. Pumpkin took it, I guess. There it is, okay. I was gonna say I had the little one. So this is the 1 inch, like I told you, and I'm just gonna punch that Hogwarts Express. And I'm gonna pop it on a dimensional before I put it on my circle, my main circle. Then I'm gonna take some glue and I'm gonna glue these on the back, just like right there. I might just use a, so if you have gold foil, that'll be perfect. If you don't have gold foil, you could use any other kind. I just felt like I wanted something gold because, you know, the Hogwarts Express, it has all that gold on it. And so that's what I was thinking of when I I designed it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Upper right corner. Oh, there it is. Thanks. Thanks, Sylvia. She's like, it's right there. You know, oops, I have to move it. Okay, so I'm gonna put it right here, and I'm not gonna remove the edging yet because I want to get the other one in place. I'm like, I know I punched it. Thanks, Sylvia. I'll use that one for my next video I do, because you know I've been doing those little reels. So my Lion King reel had 1,400 views, you guys. Isn't that insane? I'm like, okay, cool, perfect. That is perfect. I got my little ears on there. So cute. Okay, so I'm a little scared to like remove that glue and then move the ears. And then do I want to pop it up even more 3D on here, or do I want it right against? I feel like popping it up 3D would be another cool aspect to it. For my original ones, they're a little 3D off of it. Or let's try it and see. I don't know why I'm saying I'm trying it, because look, I'm like committing. I put like 5 glue dots on it. Yeah, I like it 3D as opposed to right against it. And so, yeah, I think having it 3D is nice. And then you've got all that texture of that little brick. So there we go. There we go. So that's our little Mickey inspired Hogwarts Express. Like I said, this is retired foil, but we have current gold foil. I just don't have any. I don't have gold foil at home. So I'm just using what I have. And, you know, and even these punches, some of them aren't available from Stampin' Up, but I'm going to still tell you where I got them, because why should I be greedy about it? So cute, right? And then, you guys, what I found these on Amazon. So cute. So these were the party favors. I put a tiny bag of M&Ms in each one of the boxes, and I put a little owl keychain, which I thought was so fun. So here, I'll show you how I folded it up. So I folded up the owl, put the owl in the little baggie. These are from Amazon. You get like 40 or something in one bag, or maybe it was 20 in one bag. And it even had a tag, and the tag is really long, so I had to cut part of the tag off. Here, I'll show you. You see, the tag was really long, so I just trimmed off part of it, just with scissors. I didn't even get my trimmer out. I didn't know how long it was, but I tied it up in the little pouch, and then I put it in the, you know, in my little box with 1 pack of M&Ms. You might have been able to get 2 packs in there, but I also didn't want the boxes bulging. And I'm not made of money. I'm just kidding. If it'd fit too. But see, it's just enough, right? And so there we go. There's our box. Oh, I have the extra owl there. I'll put that away. So there's our box for our Mickey Mouse box. Then I wanted to show you our little card. Because it's for the baby shower, I went ahead and I wanted to show off a couple things. So let me grab. So it's all Mickey themed today. All right. And so what I did was I took, this paper is from the Abstract Beauty paper. We had it was just on clearance in the clearance rack. It's gone now, but we had it current as of like last week. Cause I remember checking for it to buy another pack. So just letting you know that if you bought it, and then we're using the Celebrating You, which is retiring. And I'm using the Welcome Little One from Celebrating You. Okay. So that's what we're using. Let me get my, just grab this. There we go. That's good enough. All right. So we're going to make our little card. So to make our card, in order to use the foil, you want to have it resist. When I did the Lion King one, I used the blends, but I didn't mind if the blends discolored the foil a little bit. When I was using it on this foil, it was streaking. I think I threw it away already. Oh, maybe not. But I'll show you just so you can see my mistake. You look at how it was streaking when I was using the alcohol marker on the foil here. It was streaking a lot. It just didn't look, see how messy it looks? It just doesn't look right. This might be the look I want for something else, but it just wasn't what I wanted for in this case, because I want to have the Harry Potter stripes, which is what my goal was. Okay, so I learned that actually it's this marker that I wanted to use to color on the foil, and you'll see why. Because these are water-based, they will color, they'll color the white paper part here, but they will leave the foil alone. You see how it's resisting against the foil? When I did the Lion King card a few weeks ago, or a week or two ago, or whatever it was, the blends colored the foil the same color. Not the same color, but you know, it just tinted it slightly. And so the key is that you have to just go back and you have to wipe off, and you have to let this dry a little bit. So I'm going to color this and let this dry a minute. But you see, it's going to keep coming off on the Kleenex. You just got to really make sure to let it dry. And so I'll probably get another Kleenex here in a minute. I'm using the brush tip. Okay. And then again, I'm going to take my Kleenex, and the Kleenex will take all of that extra ink that was sitting on top of the foil right off. Okay. And so, it's also going to dry up that paper a little bit, which is what you want. You want that paper to dry, because it'll keep coming off on your fingers if you don't wipe it down, okay? So it's still a little wet, I can feel it, but I gotta keep, get my video done. Well, this isn't taking as long as I thought it would. I was really worried the box was gonna take a long time. The card is simple, but I want an all Harry Potter card. But I wanted Mickey, because I got a little Mickey outfit for Tyra and her baby. And so, and William, I know William, that's Tyra is William's girlfriend. But I've known William since he was a little boy, and Joyce is my good friend from work, and we go to church. We actually met at church, and then you see, it's still, some of that ink is still coming off. It's not coming off the foil. It's actually coming off a little bit of that paper, because, the paper can only absorb so much, So you want to just make sure you try and wipe it down, get it as dry as possible, and then let it sit for a minute. Oh, there's a spot right there. I can see it. There we go. Okay, so that I'm going to let sit. I'm going to do the same thing with this piece. Is going to go on the inside. Oh, and then I found a way to make little Mickey Mouses with our embellishments. I found that we have an embellishment that is not retiring. It's going to stay. So actually, now that I know that, I'm going to be using way more of those little embellishments. I was like, those are perfect. Okay, and we'll let this, clean this off and let it dry. Oops, sticky. So there's our little, this is the piece that's going to go on the inside. And again, you're just going to wipe it down. And you see now I'm just taking off only a little bit. And some of it's from just those spots. The foil is dry. It's just the little layers in between that are a little wet now. There we go. Done. Okay, so now we've got our inside layer. Can you move this away? We've got our inside layer. And I'm going to add this one to the inside layer. I just think it's always nice to add something inside. Jeanette, my friend Jeanette always likes that I add something to the inside too. I just think it makes it a little more finished. So the Abstract Beauty paper is a really pretty paper that we had in the clearance section. I did a, oops, this is a little short. All right, so actually I need to move it. All right, so I'm gonna move it here. It's shorter than I expected. I thought it was gonna go right to the edge. Let me add a little more glue here. Okay. I thought it was right to the edge. There we go. So when it's shorter than the layer, I try to get it in the corner, but just like a 1/4 inch around, like I would on the front, you know? And so, whoop, the back is sticking a bit. Okay. And so then I've got my actual card. And so I didn't mind that it's stuck because I was gonna put the glue on this side anyway. So we'll go ahead and put this on the inside of our card. Done with that. Easy peasy. Then I'm going to put this layer on top. Okay, this paper, as I was telling you, was in the clearance section. It was from last year, I believe. I don't think it was from 2020. Pretty sure it's from last year. Or maybe 2021. It's 4x6 paper. So technically it would fill the entire front of a card. You know, if I trimmed off a tiny bit, it will fill, it would, if I trimmed off a little bit, it would be like this layer here. Okay. But I wanted a black layer just to offset the Mickey head color. You know, I just wanted that extra layer to offset. So let me get this layer centered. The sample I made is not centered and it's bugging me. So there we go. And actually, I see some spots I missed. I wouldn't care if some of them weren't kind of big. Probably where I had my finger. There we go. Good. And then I'm going to go help my friend decorate for this Harry Potter baby shower. Bring in whatever Harry Potter things I had to help out. I don't have Harry Potter decorations. And I told her I would help her with the decorations because, like, hello, I'm a good party planner. If you know me at all, ask Michelle. She will tell you I love to plan a party. I am good at planning a party. That is the one thing I know I'm good. I'm good at a lot of things, but that's the one thing I know I'm good at. I love to plan a party, a themed party. Okay, so we're done with that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? So that piece is done, the basic card. Now to get my Mickey head, I am using the 1 1/4 inch. No, the 1 inch, 1 3/4, and the 1 inch. So the 1 3/4 is available from Stampin' Up! Again. So this is the one that you want to get. So 1 3/4. Ooh. And then I just pinched my hand. And a couple of these little circles. I'm making a mess. I just cleaned up my little trash here and it's a mess now. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm making my little Mickey head. And this one's a little easier because with the foil one, I just wanted to make sure things stuck to the foil. Sometimes white glue will not stick to the foil, you know? I mean, it'll stick, but not really. And so let's put this. People were really excited about Harry Potter, but not the card, I guess. They love the brick box, though, I think. A lot of people will watch my videos, but not comment, so. All right, so I've got my little Mickey head on. Let me get the ears on. I like using the white glue only because the Minnie Mouse I made several weeks ago was bigger. Anyway, I like using the white glue only because I can reposition the ears if I need to. That's part of the reason why I use that tape instead of glue. Let me let that sit a minute. I might need to use my glue eraser on it in a second. All right, so let's let that sit. Got some good ears on it. All right, and let's get the glue eraser. Oops, nope, it's not set yet. This one I got on Amazon because Jeanette told me the one that's on at the Dollar Tree doesn't work as well. It just takes that extra glue. If you make extra mistakes with the glue, it'll take that extra glue off. The ears are okay. I wonder, these ears are a little different. They're a little further up, but I think it looks okay. His ears are like too close together. See, this is why I wanted to adjust the ears. It looks like a bear. You have to have it like just the spacing. The good thing with the mini is you can always hide if the spacing is wrong because the bow will hide everything. That might be exactly the same as the other way, but I don't know. To me, it looks better. I don't know. So, okay. All right, so we've got our little Mickey head ears. Then I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back and pop it on. And then just a simple label. And I always do a pair of dimensionals overlapping the ears because it just holds them on a little bit better on the card. They're not going anywhere, but I just know it secures them a little bit more so that if the white glue dries up a little too much or I didn't put enough white glue, the dimensional will hold it on. Some of my friends keep my cards and like save them because they're cute. Let me center it. Okay. And so yeah, the red and gold is like very Gryffindor. Oops, I'm picking up the foil. There we go. Done. Now for our stamp, I'm using the Hello Little One stamp from Celebrating You. This one is retiring. And I'm going to stamp my little, I'm actually going to punch. I think I want to punch first because I want to make sure that it's trimmed just right. So I'm going to use the postage stamp punch. Let me see how far in I need to go. Okay, good. I'm using the postage stamp punch because I want, let me make sure that's big enough. Yeah, that's big enough. Okay. It's retiring. And so I want to use it up. I'm not getting rid of this punch. I don't care what anyone says. That postage stamp punch is so cute. I don't know what punches we are replacing that with, but I'm kind of bummed because the postage stamp was pretty sweet. Okay, and so I'm going to stamp my Welcome Little One. There we go. It's a little off center, but that's okay. I don't know why, but Cherry Cobbler is the messiest ink, in my opinion. Then I wanted to show you my cute Mickey. So I have these Mickey stickers, but I don't know. They just didn't work. I don't know. These stickers I got like years and years and years ago, probably like 10 years ago, on clearance or something, and I haven't even used them all. Look, I've had them forever, and I use them every so often. But what I did find is that we, in our Stampin' Up, they're not retiring, so I'm super excited about them. There they are. These matte dots are the perfect size for a little Mickey head. So, for a little hidden Mickey style little Mickey. So you take one big one and place it, and then you take two little ones and place them on the side. I don't press them down too hard until I know that they're spaced. Yeah, I gotta adjust that one just a little bit. There we go. And so now I have the perfect little Mickey head for my card. And I'm gonna go ahead and put, you know what, I should have moved these over because that way it'll offset that my thing is crooked. Never mind. We're done. So, well, 45 minutes isn't too bad considering I did a box start to finish and I did this little card. So that's not too bad. So we have our little Harry Potter inspired Mickey. It's like the best of both worlds. I love Harry Potter. I love, love, love him. I just think it's such a fun story. I've read all the books. They're my favorite books. Some of my favorite books. My favorite books, it's between like Little House on the Prairie. Actually, no, it's Harry Potter because I read them over and over and over again whenever I'm having a bad day. Hi, Lena. Thanks for tuning in. So here's our Harry Potter Mickey Mouse inspired projects for today. So I made, don't forget that this brick embossing folder is retiring. So go ahead and grab it now. And the punches, like I told you, you can get in a variety of places, especially on Amazon, and they're not that expensive. And then this punch here, the postage stamp punch is retiring, as well as this stamp set. So, but I mean, such a cute, fun card. And this paper, remember, is from the Abstract Beauty paper. Now that one it's not in the store now, but it was last week. So hopefully you have some. But any lined foil paper, the lined gold foil is a really common pattern we have on a lot of our papers. And so coloring it with that cherry cobbler marker is really easy. And so, yeah, so there we go. So I have my little box, so for my treats, and I have my card to give with the baby stuff, and I've got a little Mickey Mouse onesie, and it's got a little hat and some booties with it because that was cute. And then I also got, I think, Mickey Mouse diapers because they're having like a diaper raffle or something. I don't know, they wanted diapers, and so that's what I got, extra diapers. And so diapers are stinking expensive, just FYI. I always forget because I've never had kids, but diapers are expensive. So yeah, so there we go. So those are our little creations for today. And so I hope you're having a great day. Thanks so much for tuning in and commenting and sharing and all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend and a fabulous Friday. And oh, and these ones, don't forget, these classic MAC dots are carrying over. So if you haven't bought them yet, put them in on your next order because they are worth it. Look at how many cute little Mickeys I can make in different colors. And I can even color them, you know, with the alcohol markers to change their color. I just realized that. So yeah, anyway. And any gold foil, you can find any type of gold foil. This is an old different foil, iridescent foil, but we have a bunch of different types of foil. We have the bronze, we have gold, I know we have silver, but if you chose any kind of gold foil or a glimmer paper, I have some of that too. So go ahead and check that out. So, all right, well, have a great day. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. All right, bye.